Hey everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live and welcome to Real Estate Talk, a weekly show we do every Monday at 11 o'clock. I'm here with Norma Smalley with Cobb Real Estate, and this is the first, and so bear with us. This is our first market report.
Yep.
We'll add to it probably as the show goes on, but it's a deep dive into homes for sale and what the market's doing here on Bolivar Peninsula. And this goes from the Highland Bridge to the Bolivar Ferry, beach to bay, the Har and Gar MLS listings. And so what are you seeing, Norma? What do you think?
Well, I mean, September we'd had a little dip in sales, but what I'm encouraged because I'm hoping this next month will be better. But what we have right now is just the numbers for September.
Yeah, and you know, interest rates dropped a little bit, and they're saying maybe they may drop it another little bit in 2 months. And so I'm wondering if that'll get the flow going. We're coming into the end of the year, and it's typically slower in the end of the year, but just peeking at some of the slides, I was happy to see the number of homes that closed. You know, it was more than what I imagined.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
I mean, compared to last year,
it was
they're
probably
down.
way off.
Yeah, we're down. But
I'd say probably 20 houses, 15 houses, 20 houses.
Probably.
So
yeah,
let's look at the market report and get going on. This is for September 2024 here on Bolivar Peninsula. Bolivar, Gilchrist, Highland, it's all yours now, Norma.
Yay. Okay, so yeah, like David said, it's from High Island to the ferry. So all these numbers are included in that scope. So currently, all the active listings that we have right now, that means they're not under contract, they're currently on the market. We're sitting at 335 listings currently.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
When you figure it's 27 miles long.
It's a lot of homes.
And 2.5, 3 miles wide.
I mean, there's a lot of competition, and that's why sellers really need to price their home appropriately because the competition is so high. And there's a lot of beautiful homes. I mean, there's a lot to choose from. So buyers can be really, really picky, and they can really negotiate the price of the home because of the large number of homes.
Okay.
And then the average price, the average list price is $518,900. So, I mean, if you price your home within that, it's going to fall right in the middle there. But I mean, you've got.
Then it depends on the size of the home and the location too.
Sure. And these this price range and a little bit lower, they sell much quicker.
Do they?
The ones that are above this price point, they take a little bit longer. But yeah, this is the average at this point.
Okay.
And so this number kind of is huge. So this is the total of active listings at 233 million. That's a lot of inventory. I mean, that's a lot of money sitting here on the peninsula.
For sale.
Yep, that's a lot.
Okay.
And then, so days on the market, that's what these homes are.
How long they're going to be up for sale.
Yes. So that's the average price. Average time.
You figure 90 or 30 days is a month. Do the math.
Yes.
You're looking at 6, 7 months.
Yes.
Yeah, 8 months actually, I think. And so
that's true. 7 months is a long time, but you have to think some of these homes, and I deal with it personally, as sellers always want to price their home more because they have an emotional investment in it. But you know, that's why they sit on the market a long time, because it's not priced competitively with all of 300 whatever homes that are listed on the market. So, you know, you really need to be strategic, and you really need to work with your agent, because we work with these numbers every single day.
And you do comparisons on what's on the market, what they're listed
all
at.
the time, almost every day. You have to know what's selling, what price point's selling.
Right.
You know, you really need to know the numbers, and that's what we do all the time. And so when a a seller wants to price it higher, it's just going to sit, and that's why we have this larger number.
Okay.
And so the homes that sold in September are only 26 homes.
Is that homes that closed?
That closed.
Closed. You know, for what we're going through right now, the market, that number is actually higher than what I thought it would be. Whenever you said, hey, I just sent you the market report and I glanced through it, that number was actually higher than what, but I don't know what last year was, and maybe we can start doing a comparison, but you know, I bet you it was 35 maybe last year, 32.
I will check, but
Okay.
and I'll do it for the next report so we can compare. But you know, just think about it. Out of 330 something listings, only 26 sold. I mean, and we need to really start either marketing better or pricing homes better.
Well, and on the other side of that, I think it's, you know, anytime we have an election down here, an election period, you see the real estate and investment market change a little bit. And so, you know, it's right now we're in to me, and I'll voice my opinion, I'm not a realtor, I'm not a banker, we're in a funny time.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to 2008, honestly. I mean, I honestly feel, because I was in 2008 selling back then, I feel this is a little more challenging.
Right.
And so, and then when we're in a secondary market like this, these aren't primary homes typically. Right. They're going to sit a little bit longer because the interest rates are higher on a secondary home or investment home.
You had said something to me about, you know, Pearland and that. We were talking about homes in other areas, and you said they're selling, you know, and there's not that many on the market over there, and which would probably help them sell.
Correct. I mean, off the peninsula, you can see the shift. Just that small drop in the interest rate
made a difference.
Oh yeah, it really did, because rates are in the sixes now, low sixes, and that's pretty doable.
Yeah.
So
especially if it's your primary home.
Yeah, that's your primary home.
Yeah. Okay.
So the average day
to sell
124. I mean, that's a long time, and people have to be really, really patient putting their homes on the market down here. So
I mean, that's 4 months, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be in a hurry. You have to kind of plan for it. So, but keep in mind that this is September, and kids are back in school. People don't come down to the beach as much. But, I mean, like I always say, this is the best time of year to be down here.
And especially like this morning, it was cooler.
Oh, my gosh.
I went out front because I came in about 4, and I was drinking coffee sitting out front because it was nice and cool. The mosquitoes weren't there.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And so clear skies.
I can't stress that enough. Honestly, it's the best time to buy because you can negotiate your price on most of these homes down here. The weather is amazing. And then you can always refinance later. You can't change the price of your home, but you can change your interest rate. So, I mean, it is really the best time. So I'm hoping that with the rates dropping, this number will
And you were talking about refinancing. We actually, here in 2 weeks, we have a mortgage broker that's going to be here. And I think we touch on the part about refinancing. Is it really worth it? And at some point it is, sometimes it's not. So, okay.
So the average price of home that sold was $428,000. And so that's kind of the sweet spot. If you've got a home that's in the $400K, it's going to sell much quicker. Right.
Because I think the listing was 5-something, and the average price for the sale was $428,500. So, okay.
And then the homes that sold in
volume.
Yeah, in September, the total of homes that sold, 13,000.
13 million.
Excuse me, 13 million.
I was going to say, boy, I'd get in on that one.
No doubt. Hey, bargain basement.
Yeah.
But anyway, 13 million homes, $13 million sold here. So
compared to what we had in the market, that's really not much.
No. And I mean, it's not much, but keep in mind, like I said, this is the fall.
Right.
And those numbers reflect that too. And then the average price per square foot is $362. So any home that's not on the water, or a home that's inward a bit or on the bay side, they're going to be less than this. So, but keep in mind, if you're at $400 and something a square foot,
you're out of the ballpark. Yeah. You better have something really sweet in order to justify that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And so this is, I don't know, I look at these numbers because I want to know how many fell off the market. Now, this number doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't put back on the market.
Right.
But they sat on the market for the length of that contract. Whatever that contract was written for, it ran its course. And so it expired. And a lot of times agents will relist it. But that just goes to show you that it was on the market past the contract date.
Right. And how long is a typical contract?
I always write mine for homes. I always write 6 months because I feel pretty confident I can get a home sold in 6 months.
Right.
Down here is a little challenging with this current situation. And lots, they take longer. I will list a lot for a year.
Okay. You know, we're going to do this market report the first Monday, and sometimes we have to really cram to get it in. If Monday, if the first falls on a Friday, it may be the following Monday because we want to give time for all the numbers to get in to the MLS and GAR and everything. And so, you know, as soon as we can get it out, we'll get it out. And this is going to be the first Monday of every month, just like I've always done, on Real Estate Talk. And you notice we changed our Real Estate Talk to Real Estate Talk 3.0. And I had a couple people ask me, why did you do that? Well, you know, as new firmware comes out and versions come out, it's always an improvement. And so when I was sitting there, I was talking to Keith, and I said, hey, I think I'm going to change it to Real Estate Talk 3.0. And Charlene said, man, that sounds sort of cool, but why? And I said, well, we're doing things a little different, you know, and I think the show's going to be, you know, we've improved shows every time we've done them. And I think this one with the new studio and Norma and some of the things we're going to get into, I really think that I want to change it to 3.0. And so now it's Real Estate Talk 3.0. You barely knew about that. I did run it by you and let you know about it. But next week, we're going to be talking a house on marble.
Correct.
I think we've got. And then the following week, we have a real estate broker that's going to be in studio with us. And that's part of the new 3.0. We're bringing guests in to talk about what they have to do with the housing market.
That or things that can help you sell your home, just different ideas. So.
One lady said she'd like to see a show on what it took from an AC guy on putting a dehumidifier in her home after the fact. The home was built, what it takes to add a dehumidifier and some options. And so we might try and get an AC guy in here, an electrician. I know we've talked lifts and generators, and so we've got a lot. Because
those are really important selling points. A lift, a generator down here. I mean, really, those are a must.
Great. Well, we'll be back next Monday at 11 a.m. with another Real Estate Talk 3.0 here on Bolivar Peninsula. I'm here with Norma Smalley, my co-host, I guess you could say. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.